Just do it. Just start doing it. You learn as you go, and then learn from other people's mistakes. My motto for No Season is people and beer. People first is first for a reason because I'm trying to build a brand around people.
Welcome to OysterLink, and thank you for joining us today.
Glad to be here, man. How you doing?
All good. So, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your career path?
Yeah. So my name's Theo Castillo, and I am a brewer by profession and trade. I used to be a high school teacher, so out of college, I I taught 1 year in high school history, um, and I kind of hated it. I was a home brewer. I used to brew as a hobby, brew beer as a hobby at my house. And once I hated teaching, I was like, you know what? Let me try to get in the industry, become a brewer. That was about like 8 years ago now. I got a job at a local brewery, Wakefield, here in Miami, which is one of the best breweries I think in the world. Started working the bar there, front of house, helping out in the back of house as much as I can, cleaning kegs, help packaging, and then slowly kind of got more opportunities in the back. Was doing both for a while, front of house, back of house, and then kind of climbed up the ladder to lead brewer there at Wakefield. So my last year there, I was a lead brewer, handling pretty much all the recipes and production and back of house stuff. And then that was kind of like pandemic was winding down. Um, I'm born and raised in Miami. Never really lived outside of Miami. I wanted to move, so I moved to New York City and Brooklyn and got a job at Grimm Ales, which it was my favorite brewery. I think is also one of the best breweries in the world. Um, Fortunate enough to get a job there. It was like their first opening of a job in in like 4 years. Nobody really leaves that job. So I was the first employee that actually replaced somebody, first person that replaced somebody there at Grimm. Um, and yeah, was there for 2 years brewing at Grimm. Kind of refined my skills there at a world class brewery. Brewed some amazing beers. We won back to back Brewery of the Year in New York State those years. We won a couple medals and the Great American Beer Fest and a couple other beer festivals. Um, and yeah, I moved back down to Miami about 2 years ago to launch my own brand, No Seasons. Um, and I initially launched it as a gypsy brewery or nomadic brewery, where kind of like a ghost kitchen, where I would brew my beer, use someone else's facility, brew my beer, and then sell it just in distribution. So I didn't have any of the overhead, I didn't have any of the upfront cost. I kind of was making profit, a little less profit margin, but profit nonetheless from day one. And then yeah, I was building the brand kind of just through distribution throughout the whole state of Florida for about a year. We were nominated Best New Brewery by Vine Pair and Hop Culture Mag last year. Um, and then this year, I've been working part time at my buddy's little brewery here in Miami, little brew pub. So it has a kitchen, full kitchen, restaurant. And then it's been a tough summer down here in Miami, I'm sure for everybody in the industry. And they had a couple other spots. They weren't doing. They were, I think, spread a little thin. So I, offered to buy that spot a couple weeks ago, and so now we're taking over the little brew pub to be our little tap room now for No Seasons. Slash, we're still going to keep offsite the food concept of that. But yeah, and then I was just also VinePair just nominated me as a finalist for Brewer of the Year this year. Me and two other people. We'll find out who wins that next month, I believe. But yeah, so it's been like 8 years now in the industry, from teacher to bartender to back of house to brewer and now to owner.
Congratulations first on buying the offsite Miami. This is great. This is
Yeah,
impressive, by the way.
thank you.
I believe this is everyone's dream in this industry, in this career path, to end up, for example, opening their own place or buying a place. So let me ask you, what has changed since you became the owner?
Um, I don't think too much. To tell you the truth, the one thing that I've been trying to get around is like, I don't know, maybe people, not everybody obviously, but people kind of talking to me differently. Some people like just regulars, or just people that come into the bar, and I could feel the difference now that I'm an owner to an employee. So I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm like, why are you treating me any different than than you did before? But just a small thing. That's just me nitpicking. But other than that, not really, man. We have a good staff. Again, I already worked there before, so I was familiar with all the staff. I kept everybody on board. Gave our cooks in the back a real raise. They're really good kids. We got two young guys back there that are do a great job, so gave them a raise. And yeah, I mean, I haven't had employees before, but I played sports my whole life, and been comfortable in a team environment like that, and was like captain of the teams and stuff like that as in high school and college, and so it's not too much of I think a difference in like going from employee like colleague to now their boss. I think we all kind of feel like nothing's changed too much. We're all kind of working together for the same goal. Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean, nothing much. It's just a lot more on my plate, but but in a good way.
Let me ask you, since you mentioned hiring, for example, how would you evaluate a potential employee during a job interview? Let's say you have to hire new people for the offsite Miami. How would you
Yeah,
evaluate them?
I think definitely whether they how they fit in the team. So like how the values that they have, and then fitting in the team. Like we know, obviously being in hospitality, even in the kitchen. I mean, we could really train someone up. You don't like so. In my opinion, I think experience, to tell you the truth, is probably the least important thing most of the time, especially something so small like us, where we have 5 or so employees. We're a tight team. Experience isn't the end of the world. It's probably the least. When I look at that, I don't really look at experience, to tell you the truth. It's more so who you are as a person, how you're going to fit in with the team, your values as far as service and hospitality, and how you feel towards the world and towards people, and especially so our whole goal. So my motto for No Seasons is people in beer. I trademarked it. It's our motto. So I'm trying to build a brand. People first is first for a reason, because I'm trying to build a brand around people. So the main thing is, as long as they're people focused and hardworking, we could work around the experience thing. So mostly it's just values and work ethic, and then how much I think that they would gel with the team that we already have.
Then let me also get back to something you mentioned. You said that you're trying to keep the restaurant the way it is. So I noticed that, for example, the super good chicken sandwich is going to stay. Aren't you going
Yeah,
to have a new
yeah,
menu?
definitely.
What do you have in mind about that?
Absolutely. So Steve, the old chef owner, his friend of mine, he was the one that built the menu, and definitely is a great chef. So we're gonna keep the most of the menu the same: fried chicken sandwich, the burger, the house smoked wings. We used to have a pastrami, a house smoked pastrami that we haven't had in a couple months. I'm bringing that back. I'm actually I'm getting that today, and gonna smoke that over the weekend. So we're bringing the pastrami Reuben back, which I'm excited about. And then on top of the menu pretty much staying the same, I'm gonna do a lot more like weekday specials. So I want to do a house smoked French dip sandwich with like a local kind of French bread with au jus, and do that maybe super limited, just Thursdays only. I want to maybe do a chicken cutlet like vodka parm on Tuesdays or Mondays. I even want to do like a specialty burger one day of the week as well, maybe again Monday, where it's like a local farmer. We have a bunch of cattle here in Florida, so I want to kind of team up with a local farmer, local cattle, grass fed, grass finished, like super as close to the as the brew pub as we can. Kind of work with the farmer with the meat cut, and then do a whole like maybe guava kind of sauce, like kind of a local burger, a little more high end burger, but one day a week, again super limited. Local. I'm gonna work a lot with local bakeries. I want to kind of get the bread a little bit higher quality and more local. But everything else, other than that, everything for the most part is going to stay the same. Besides, kind of maybe changing the bread up and then doing some of those weekday kind of specialty items. But 90% of the menu is going to stay the same. We're just going to try to make sure that consistency and execution is on point every time.
Nice. And I know, by the way, that my next question is too early to ask. However, I would like to know what's your next milestone? I know it's only a few weeks that you got the
Yeah,
offsite Miami, but what's
definitely.
next for you? What do you see coming down the road? What's next?
Um, for sure. We're in a good area. We're in a good neighborhood in Little River where I wanted to be before this opportunity presented itself. It's kind of the spot that's growing here in Miami, a neighborhood I want to be in. And we're at a corner unit that's really good. I'm locked in pretty much in the rent till 2035. Uh, but in 4 years we have a renewal. We have a renewal guarantee, but I don't have to if I have a better the goal is to hopefully be in a position to buy a place, to buy a commercial property and kind of have a forever home there. That's the goal there within 4 years or the 9 years whenever this lease is up. Before or maybe even have a second, like if the opportunity presents itself to, and hopefully I'm in a position to do so. But that's like the next thing I'm aiming for. Put myself in the right financial situation to be in a good spot to take advantage of a commercial property and the right one too. Um, and then and then just you know build that and be there for 50 years. But also I think I'm trying to also build a brand again, like I said, around people. I'm trying to be that unpretentious, like kind of local bar that has amazing beer, but also amazing bar food. We smoke almost everything in house. We make all the sauces from scratch, but we still have great deals, great prices. So it's something that you could recreate in a bunch of different neighborhoods here in Miami. I grew up down in Kendall, like kind of like a suburb neighborhood, which is about 30 minutes from where the brew pub is now. So I would love to. That my dream, my second. I would love to have opportunity to open something up down there. Um, this is definitely the first. The goal is to have a couple locations for sure.
Hopefully. And you mentioned like building the brand, and I believe, by the way, you will be a big part of your own brand. Since I've been following
Definitely.
you on social media and I see all your videos, and you have that unique character that, you know, you add that flavor to your brand, to the
Thank you.
restaurant or to the brewery. And this is where I want to ask you. Oh, you're welcome. What kind of advice do you have for those trying to build a social media presence in this industry?
Um, just like I mean, I'm sure it's a very kind of cliche thing. Just kind of just do it. I don't really know what I'm doing, to tell you the truth, and but just do it. Just start doing it. You learn as you go, and then also a big thing. I think what I do well at, and I've done I think my whole life, is learn from other people's mistakes. And so people that are older, people that have been in the industry for a long time, they have that wisdom, and that wisdom comes from them having years of mistakes and learning from them. And it doesn't always 100% apply to you because you're in a different situation, but you could understand what they did, their situation, and then filter it through your situation and learn from that wisdom and learn from their mistakes. I think that's the most important thing in business. A business model, a business plan, some bulletproof idea. All these things I think are way less important than being able to solve problems. Problems are going to constantly come up. Things are going to constantly change, and it's how you make those changes, how you solve those problems, and then how you do that mostly is one by doing it and failing yourself and learning, but also you could avoid a little bit of that if you learn from other people, if you listen to them when they talk, if you get their experience and their advice. And again, it's not always 100% applied to your situation, but maybe it's 50, maybe it's 80. And definitely learn from other people's mistakes, and you'll help you save a lot of your own mistakes for sure.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing all those insights. Thanks for sharing your story. And I hope that soon you will have that second branch you talked about, and you will have that commercial property you talked about, and the full brand that you
Absolutely.
described.
Definitely the goal for sure. And the goal definitely is mostly to do that so that I could be in a position to help as many people as possible. Honestly, I want to hopefully be in a spot. My main goal is hopefully be in a spot to be able to bring people along and give employees equity. That's my biggest goal, is to do something that's really rare in the hospitality industry, is give employees equity. And that's my real goal, to be able to have employees actually have a slice of the pie for sure.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time, and yeah, looking forward to it. Top on.